dry off a little bit. Well, first of all, I thought the game, we knew the game was going to be tough. I thought we played in spurts again. I thought the first half, the first probably 12, 13 minutes, our defense was really good. And then it kind of wore down once we couldn't score. But, that team is, it's a veteran team. People forget how young our team is. We got a bunch of sophomores. And, so, again, I thought they battled. Thank God for the 2-3 zone. I thought we did a good job in that, especially in the second half. We had to try to get Judah back in there, so didn't want to continue to play with him out there. We needed him. So, but again, it's a start. We're a young team. We got a lot of work to do. But obviously, when you can not play the way you think you can play and still pull out a win, it's always a good thing. So, we just got enjoying this one and getting ready for Wednesday. Questions?
You had 9 different players score tonight, and I know the depth is something that you were really excited about this season. What was it like seeing it in action?
We needed it. We needed every point we could get today. I think as we get going, we get our rhythm going. I think that's going to be a big part of what we do. I think everybody that can come in, that we put into the game can contribute. One way or other. If our bigs, they can finish, they can block, they can rebound. I thought all our perimeter guys can play and make plays. So that's going to be a big part of what we do. And tonight we definitely needed every bit of those contributions.
Fred, how much did you practice the zone?
We actually started practicing the zone sometime last week. We knew that we would need it. And we were fortunate that we got 6 or 7 guys that know the zone that played it last year, so that helped us out a lot. And JJ and Kyle, those guys were familiar with it as well, so I thought they, picked that up really quick. But we started really working on it, after the exhibition game last week.
Adrian, you mentioned that at some point you started to stop scoring a little bit. What would you prefer to see in your half-court offense a little bit more than you saw today?
I think I think the ball started sticking a little bit. We like to get more movement, especially, we typically have 4 guys on the perimeter that can dribble, pass, and shoot, so we try to play with some spacing and try to, create some driving lanes and some kickouts to get the defense running at us and either take a shot or attack off of that. So I just thought the ball was stuck today. We held it a little bit, but, it's credit to their defense. And, so we got to get better at it. We got to get better at that offensively. I thought some of the plays that we called, we executed. We just didn't make the shots.
So what's about your versatility on offense with the guys that you have, but how does that allow you defensively to flip into that 2-3 zone with the guys that, can interchange?
Yeah, I mean, again, we got experience, so we're fortunate with that, being able to play, 2 defenses, and then on offense, kind of those guys grasping what we're trying to do, the concept. So it allows us to kind of sub freely, and not have to worry about it because it's really, a lot of movement going on, what we try to accomplish in our offense right now. And so, the versatility that we have works for us on both sides of the floor.
So was the switch to going to 2-3 zone primarily to have Judah on the court and also keep him out of foul trouble?
I mean, a little bit of both. I thought they caught a rhythm. They scored a couple of baskets in a row, and we just wasn't defending the way we were. And I wanted to get Judah back in the game, and I couldn't afford to have him pick up another cheap foul. So it was a little bit of both. But we wanted to change up the rhythm a little bit, and also to get Judah in there, get back in there.
Coach, what was today like for you? I know you've had a lot of firsts, but for today to actually go into fruition, what was that like for you?
I haven't really had a lot of time to think about it, but I'm sure I'll have more thoughts about it tonight. My dad came up, so that was special. So I had some friends up, a lot of texts before the game, texts now. So I'm sure it'll all sink in. But I was really excited that we held it together and escaped with the win.
Adrian, to have this, not only this moment for you, but to have it with Jerry and Alan by your side, as well as Brendan coming in, just what that staff means to you to celebrate this moment together.
That's like family. We've been together for a long time, and I think they all feel a part of it. I know they feel a big part of it. That's how our program is. That's how we coach. So I'm sure they're excited as I am.
How are you going to celebrate your first win?
I'm gonna go home, spend a little bit of time with my family, then get ready for Wednesday's game. Nothing special.
Adrian, along those lines, just how was today different for you? How was the preparation different than maybe in years past?
I mean, I prepared the same. I think the biggest difference, obviously, is I'm the head coach and had to call a couple of timeouts and try to gather the guys. But, the one thing when I was with Coach, Coach let us be involved a lot. So, it wasn't that much of a difference. It's just, me being the head coach, which is a big difference. It was exciting. I was excited. I thought the crowd was really good. I was excited for the crowd. Again, it's early games. You never know how these early games are going to go. So, again, I thought we did a good job of pulling it together at the end.
Under 10 minutes left, you put Judah back in the game with 4 fouls. What's that say, the trust that you have in him to know to go and finish the job?
Judah's he's a baller. He understands the game. He knows how to play the game, and not just the basketball game. Understanding the officiating, understanding where we were at that point. I thought he did a really good job of talking to the guys, keeping himself engaged. So when he got back in, he was ready to go. And I kept telling him, I said, hey, I'm just trying to get to the 9-minute mark if we can, or the 8-minute mark. But, we kind of caught a little bit of rhythm and seen a couple of guys getting tired, so I wanted to get him back in. And I thought switching to the zone defense would allow us to keep him out there a little bit longer.
Hey, Coach, how does it feel going from being an assistant where you maybe sit on the bench saying, I would have made that move, or maybe wouldn't have made that move, to now you can actually do it?
I mean, it's good if it works. So, I'm sure that sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. But, that's what I signed up for, and I'm excited for it. So, again, you trust your gut. You know your team better than most people do, and so you just try to do the best that you can.
Justin Taylor hit some big shots for you in the second half. How does he put himself in that position to be there when you needed him?
Justin is consistent in everything that he does. He's one of the most consistent guys we have. He works day in and day out, and he has a maturity about him. He just stayed with it. He got loose a couple, and he knocked some big shots down for us. But that's what Justin, he's just a consistent player. He never gets too high, never gets too low. He's someone that I can count on.
Coach, New Hampshire out-rebounded you guys for much of the second half. No Naheem McLeod on the floor. Only big man out there for a lot of it was Peter Carey. What was the strategy, and is Naheem okay?
Naheem is fine. I just thought sometimes, when you switch and you do play man-to-man, sometimes the matchups are not good for him. And I thought he did a good job. We had Malik back. He was active. Those guys, Daniels was a guy that can put it on the floor and get to the basket. So it just wasn't the best matchup, but I thought he did a good job while he was out there. So, just, again, one of those things that I thought, I wanted to go with some quicker guys and try to keep some active and long athletic guys on Daniel.
Any stats report about Benny when he made it back? No.
Coach, could you talk a little bit about your man-to-man in the first 10 minutes? Because I think for the most part, you guys were hedging off screens well. You weren't switching until you had to. Just talk about the early 10 minutes of man-to-man.
I thought the first 10 minutes of the game, the defense was phenomenal. I thought we flew around. I thought we kept people in front of us. I thought we didn't get ahead of the ball. We got deflections. We were active. It generated probably a majority of our points in the first 10 minutes of the game. So I thought it was really good. I knew we couldn't sustain it, but I wanted, that's the next step was, once it kind of ramps down a little bit, being able to be more, keeping people in front of us and making them take tough shots. I thought they started wearing down. They started getting easy drives to the paint. We started running at guys. We don't want to run at guys. We want to close out at guys. So I thought that happened. Again, it's typical when your offense struggles a little bit. Your defense gives in a little bit as well. But we gotta mature, and that's a challenge for us, is to mature and really hang our hat on defense.
So it wasn't necessarily so much of New Hampshire figuring you guys out. It was more so that you guys kind of lost steam going into the second half of the first half and then the second half after that?
I thought they made some adjustments, but I thought, for the most part, we got the shots that we wanted. We just didn't make them. We make a couple of those shots. We, especially in the first half, towards the end, I think a couple of threes went in and out. You make those two. That's you walk into halftime feeling really good about yourself, but we didn't. That's the way the game is. And again, I didn't think we had trouble getting our shots. I just thought we didn't sometimes take the best shots. So again, that's stuff that we got to learn.
Coach, how important is it for JJ to keep shooting even if
It's important. I mean, again, you know, he can make those shots. He shot the ball well all through the, you know, preseason, and probably they just didn't go in today. But we need him to be a scorer. We need him to make shots and take shots. I think all of our guys, we do a ton of shooting, you know. So again, you know, we will shoot the ball better. I know we will. I thought we had some good looks. So we can continue to shoot them, but we need JJ to score. You know, we need Judah to score. We need everybody to contribute. But I thought he had good shots today. They just didn't fall. Thought he had good shots.
I know you don't have a choice, but getting right back out there on Wednesday, is it good to get back out there after a day and, you know, kind of learn on the fly?
I think with this group it is. You know, we've been in the gym a lot. Again, I think now some of the stuff that we've been talking about now, they can actually see it, and I think they'll adjust to that, and we'll continue to get better. But, you know, this group, I told you, I think someone asked me last week, you know, what do I know about this team? And the one thing I know about this team is they love to play and they compete. So, you know, it's always good for those guys to get back out there and play. I'm sure, you know, they're ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you.